This is Markin Out. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans. We marking out, y'all. Follow on Twitter. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans. We marking out, y'all. Marking Out. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans. We marking out, y'all. Brennan likes fisting. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans. We marking out, y'all. We're marking out. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans.
Welcome to Markin Out, Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans. This is episode 808. Thanks for joining. Make sure that you're checking us out, markinout.com, but also on Spotify and wherever else you are listening to podcasts. Make sure you give us a 5-star rating to go with that 5-star frog splash. Buy a t-shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/markinout. Give us a like on Facebook. Give us a follow on TikTok at markinout, on Twitter at markinout, and on Instagram at markinout11. Also, you can follow me, Dave the Rave, on all platforms at DavidPTDPT. Chris at CMSweeney85 and Chris Sweendog, and also Brandon at BTTG161. That being said, Brandon, how are you?
I am doing awesome as always. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. How about this lovely, beautiful weather taking place?
Is it?
Nice and disgusting.
Rainy?
Disgusting. How was your week? What did you do?
It was filled with Cheesecake Factory. Sam.
What? I guess the most important thing. What cheesecake did you get?
First of all, I went twice this week. I had a whole glass of soda spilled on me. Literally drenched my whole pants, my shoes. I had to wash my shoes and everything.
Jeez.
But it was also, yes, National Cheesecake Day, and they brought out a new flavor. It's a brownie crunch chocolate with milk and white chocolate marbled cheesecake on a toffee brownie. I think it's good, but it's too rich for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I might order it again, but most likely I might not ever order it again. Okay. But it's like miles above better than the one that they had last year that they introduced. So at least it's something good. I like Heath Bar. I like brownies. I like cheesecake. So can't really go wrong with that.
No.
And then I also tried their new Mediterranean bowl, which is not officially out yet. But it has chicken skewers. It's over rice. There's tomato, cucumbers, like a cucumber salad. And I think this was definitely a very good new addition to the menu. It's something I'll 100% order again. It's like the chicken shawarma dish, but in bowl form with rice. I also feel like there needs to be more vegetables and more pita bread. But outside of that, I thought this was a really good dish. So and then I've been playing, I don't know if you'd say playing, but Tops since Fanatics Fest. I got the NBA Tops app, and I don't care about basketball at all. Found out WWE has one, so I've been collecting cards on that Tops app. Found out today that Disney has one. So I've been opening packs of Disney cards.
Are you recording this for TikTok?
Some I've recorded, some I haven't.
I mean, we should be uploading those. Come on now, get those views.
I feel like everybody should download it. I don't know how to trade with human beings, though. I only know how to trade with the computer gimmick. It's like confusing where, like, in order to trade with a human, you have to, like, pay money or they have to send you something, and I'm not 100% sure what that means, but did you say how do you get it? So do you
actually have cards?
I mean, technically, yeah, it's in the app. You go to the app. You go to the App Store. You download Top Slam. You go to...
Are you ever going to get cards in hand, though?
No, you'll never get cards in hand, but people sell these on eBay.
Then it's trash.
So people sell these on eBay. Some people have been selling them for... Well, I don't have any of the crazy expensive ones,
idiots.
But some people sell them for $500.
I know, idiots. That's the digital cards that I always see on eBay where it's like, why the hell are you buying a digital card? Like, these are the same people that were,
it's fun
oh my God,
them.
an NFT. Let me go get, like, people, spend your money wisely. Don't be idiots.
It's fun to play this, and I haven't spent any real money and will never spend real money on this.
Yeah, it's digital, people. It's not worth anything.
And it's cool because of SummerSlam right now, there's like a contest, not a contest thing, but you can pick who you think is going to win at SummerSlam, and based on your answer, you're going to get that card. So let's say Penta versus Chad Gable, I pick Chad Gable, I don't get the Penta card. I get Chad Gable. If I pick Liv Morgan versus Io Sky, I pick Io, I don't get the Liv Morgan card. So I think that's a cool thing that they have there.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, how was your week?
It was good, thanks. It was good. You know, we got Monday Night Raw taking place, kicking off with Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar doing their weigh-in, which was like, I don't know. It didn't do much for me.
I always absolutely hate weigh-in segments in pro wrestling. I don't care about them. I don't watch other sports that do weigh-in segments. I just think they're the dumbest thing because regardless of how much you weigh, you're still wrestling. There's no weight class like that. If there was a weigh-in for 205 Live, that makes sense. But you had Triple H out there. You had Adam Pearce out there. The Hell in a Cell lowered. And instead of getting into the ring with Oba Femi and all of them, Brock locked the cage. And Paul Heyman called Oba Femi the underdog in that match, and he said Brock has never lost inside that Hell in a Cell. I don't think this needed to be a weigh-in segment to have everything that they had in this. And honestly, it wasn't a terrible segment.
I mean, I didn't understand why he locked him into the cage.
And
they had
more
all
so,
of these security guards and police officers, whatever they were, in the cage with Oba, and then Lesnar locked him in there.
I didn't understand that either.
And they said that he weighed in backstage without an official. I mean, who was officially there to watch him weigh in besides Paul Heyman?
And Oba Femi told Brock Lesnar that at SummerSlam he'll be locked in the cage with him, not the other way around. And then it made no sense. He took out police. I don't think that was necessary at all. Why is Oba Femi, the big-time babyface, attacking police officers?
I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin did it too.
Yeah, but that was not the same kind of babyface.
It gets a pop.
I just don't get it. And kudos to Oba Femi for saving that one dude. That was a crazy almost accident there. And also, Oba Femi's supposed to be this big beast. How is he not breaking down the door?
I mean,
that made no sense to me.
If he broke down the door, that would be even worse.
I mean, then they could have brawled or something. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a no-touch clause.
Exactly.
Then you start attacking the police officers. That gives you the reason to attack police.
If he breaks down the door, then they have to brawl. If he breaks down the door, they have to
that
brawl.
gives him the reason to attack police. There was no other reason for that.
Yeah, dumb. This entire Monday Night Raw was, The Vision picked up the victory over Alpha Academy. Yeah, not really.
Maxine grabbed Tozawa at one point. Braun Breaker knocked him down. Otis was knocked down on the apron, but still got up to get the tag. Logan Paul then got involved. And Austin Theory got his knees up for a senton on Tozawa. That blocked that, and then he ate a spear. That was the end of that match. And then the Vision continued the attack afterwards. And Otis did start taking them down. But Maxine got involved. She stopped him, and there's still, it seems like that romance thing happening. Even though we've already said it's seen more like brother and sister before that. And Austin Theory ends up smacking a chair over Otis's head between the ring posts, and that puts him out indefinitely.
And that was a interesting spot. Like, I don't know. Are they going to release Tozawa?
I don't know what the hell that thing was. To me, this should have 100% just set up a match at SummerSlam, a tag title match.
Yeah, there's no reason
you have
to
the Vision lose. You have the Vision lose this, and then they get a title shot or something. No brainer.
There's no reason to knock out Alpha Academy with with such a build to Maxine coming from them and just close it within one segment and one matchup.
And there's still
now
no
you wrote off Otis.
I feel like there still needs to be more done with them and Chad Gable.
Yeah, I
They,
mean,
like,
it seems
paused-
like Chad Gable isn't even involved in this anymore.
Well, obviously not, because he's about to win the Intercontinental Championship, hopefully.
Yeah, but next up, you had Javon Evans pick up the victory over Rusev, and this was a good matchup. It was a
I
good
feel like
matchup.
this was all commercial break, though.
It did seem that way.
And unfortunately, there was that moment where Rusev got knocked, and they had to like kind of pause the match there.
Yeah, they said like apparently you could hear him say like he can't feel his
My
hand.
fingers are numb or something.
Yeah, so I guess he must have gotten caught just the wrong way, and yeah, so that
But I
definitely
like
slows
that.
it down when that stuff happens.
They did have good stuff. I like Rusev caught Javon's OG cutter with the Accolade. I thought that was cool, which Javon got
That was
out
cool.
of. He ducked a Machka kick and then actually hit that OG cutter to get the victory there. And I fully expected Rusev to win this match, but
Yeah,
I think
thought
this was
that
a
should have been
good.
it.
I mean, I think
I thought that when Rusev had the Accolade in there after he countered it, I thought that should have been it.
But I feel like this was the one up from the other week where even though Javon Evans lost to Rusev, he still looked strong getting out of the Accolade. So now you have that even playing field
Javon
again.
Evans is somebody that I view I don't think Javon Evans has to be viewed as strong, especially breaking the Accolade. Getting out of it.
I feel like you kind of need to have somebody like him be strong, look strong.
I disagree. He's high flyer. You don't need a high flyer like that to be breaking out of a Rusev move.
If you're in a certain division, you need to look like a contender.
I disagree.
Well,
I'm
speaking of contenders.
yeah, I disagree. But
After
Rusev went viral because I guess he rolled out of the ring and kind of like
that guy
no-sold.
complete like clickbait, bull garbage. It's not no selling. He literally had to go to the back to get checked out.
Mm-hmm.
So, complete clickbait. After that, Joe Hendry and Danhausen had a concert, which the song, by the way, has been stuck in my head since Monday. And I've seen people singing it on TikTok. They've been having fun with the song. So I guess in that sense it worked. But overall, this segment was not good. You had Minihausen show up, and at first it's like, oh, this is something. And then the LA Clippers dance team showed up. And then there was a pro boxer who had apparently already been banned from, the WBC or something? The boxing, the actual boxing council, because he had been saying racist and like just absolutely horrific things. So
he's definitely a great person to have on your Netflix show.
Yeah, he gets involved and ends up smashing the guitar over Joe Hendry. The Judgment Day showed up to fight. I thought the heel turn in that segment was good, but that's completely tainted knowing that guy was a piece of garbage.
Yeah, this entire segment to me was a flop.
It was it's a Zuffa boxing guy, so it's obviously TKO controlled. I would like to say WWE didn't know that this guy had that kind of stuff out there. Obviously, we don't
I would
know.
agree with you that they didn't do their research on that.
But
overall,
again,
WWE,
it's not like WWE can say no. I feel like it's a TKO.
I mean, they could.
thing here.
I mean, they should.
I don't know what
able
happens
to.
there.
You know,
I don't know
they
what
should be
happens.
able
It's
to.
it's
They
literally
should
a
at least-
TKO person.
But even still, TKO should know what's
100%. I mean, they shouldn't have this guy. If this guy's been banned, I'm like TKO. I feel like has to know that they have somebody who has all this vile stuff on the internet.
If not, somebody's going to get fired because they didn't do enough research on this person. But
And
overall,
what really sucks is that even after all that stuff came out, like I Googled this guy during the segment, I didn't see any of that on Google. after the fact, people are like, well, this is the same guy. And it's like, are you kidding me? And now people are trying to cancel Danhausen over that, where it's like Danhausen has no control of who he's in the segment with. And I feel like that's a disingenuous sort of thing to go after Danhausen for being in the segment with that. That's
stupid to go after Danhausen for this. You know?
So all in all, Adam Pearce told Danhausen just give the money back, and Danhausen's like, no, hanging up on a pole. So we have a human money's on a pole match at SummerSlam, which I don't mind. People are like, this is Vince Russo era garbage, Mom. I don't mind a such and such on a pole match.
And
when was the last time we saw it? It's been years.
I'm not a fan of anything that I saw from this segment.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that heel turn I thought was interesting, but this segment sucked. It absolutely sucked.
Yeah, there's no justifying. This was on par with, who was it? Alexa Bliss or Bayley? With that really awful segment. I think it was Alexa Bliss, but this was really, really dumb. Like they had good intentions, but I feel like if you just kept it with Joe Hendry with Danhausen like playing the organ, that would have been fine for a short period of time. But you didn't need to do everything
It needed
else.
to just have them playing the instruments and almost immediately getting cut off by the Judgment Day and attacking them.
Exactly. You didn't need the entire show. You could have had Joe Hendry playing the guitar, Danhausen playing the organs, and then the organ, and then have them get cut off, and that's it. Boom. The other stuff, no.
You live, you learn. After that, there was another vignette for Big Cass, which we will see him 100% on Monday Night Raw. So I'm looking forward to seeing Big Cass. I'm hoping that we see him go very far in WWE. We both wanted him as really WWE champion at one point, so
I don't think anybody should be rooting against Big Cass. I mean, the guy
he's an AEW guy going to WWE. Of course they're going to root against him.
The guy's, how old is he? He's still young though, right?
I would say older than me, but I'm not 100% sure.
Is he? I would say I thought that he was
Big Cass is 39 years old.
Wow, I thought maybe mid-30s. I didn't think.
In fact, he turns 40 in 2 weeks.
All right, but you know what? The guy is in great shape. We said it when he was last time he was in WWE. I always believe that this guy has such a talent, and he has the physique of a superstar. He legit has the physique of a superstar. It just has to be put together. So I hope that they could do something with him. You know, what is he, 7'4"?
You can't teach that.
There you go. There you go. Next up, you had Ethan Page pick up the victory over Rey Mysterio, and that's a big victory for Ethan Page, picking up over Hall of Famer and legend Rey Mysterio, who this matchup was enjoyable, but something that I'm taking away from this is Rey Mysterio blows my freaking mind. When you really break down all the different errors that Rey Mysterio has wrestled through in his entire career, the fact that he's still, don't get me wrong, Chris Jericho is still going and stuff like that too, but not at the same level of Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's level is on such a higher level compared to anybody else that was still wrestling in that era. And his physique is phenomenal. His in-ring ability and his speed is just incredible. Rey Mysterio is just unbelievable.
Yeah. And I thought they had good back and forth in this match. A lot of people talking trash about one specific spot, and I liked it. I liked Ethan Page using the ring skirt to block the 619. It got him good heat because fans are wanting to see the 619 connect, and people are like, how does this block the 619? You're literally holding something up and wrapping him in it, basically. Like a spider web almost. How does it not stop him? Right?
Yeah, I agree.
And then that other tweet went viral because he's using an egoplex as a finisher. People are like, oh great, it's just a suplex. No, it's not just a suplex. It's one of the most, what word am I looking for here? Prestigious finishers in my mind. A modified version of that, at least. Mr. Perfect's Perfect Plex. Like, it's not just a normal suplex.
I mean, the Perfect Plex is still one of my... I love the Perfect Plex.
Yeah, it's a fantastic finisher.
Whatever happened to Axel? Is he still doing stuff?
No.
What a shame.
After that, we had the Usos come out, which Solo Sikoa interrupted and made fun of the warning shot and everything. That was a fan... Like, you the other week said, how dare they have Solo Sikoa show character, basically.
I know. And then he's on... I mean, so there's two different... There's two different things with it. I mean, him doing the pew, 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 pow, pow, pow. Like, that was hilarious. Just really funny. But I feel like it's tough because you have NXT Solo. Stoic, you know? Not really showing that character. I mean, he's an Uso. I feel like they just resonate personality and charisma, you know? And... So you have that persona.
Fatu, you mean?
Yeah. You have that persona. And then you have the Solo with the bloodline. But then you also went into the way where once he broke out of it, when he had the mic, he started to drift away from that, like, I feel like that stoic person as much. And I don't know. Maybe I just have a high expectation of him. And I want to see... I want to see him succeed.
I thought this was a great segment.
Yeah, I agree with you. This was a great segment. I mean, from LA Knight coming out and then Fatu coming out.
Also, I mean, he reminded Jimmy and Jay that the bloodline is not the bloodline without him in it. The real bloodline has Solo Sikoa in it. And he said that, and LA Knight came out. Knight was like, everything comes to an end at SummerSlam. And he teased like he was leaving, gets ready to fight. Solo got in the ring to fight. That's when Jacob Fatu showed up, Royce Keys showed up, and everybody brawled. I don't know if there was anything else you could have possibly done with that segment. I thought that was a good segment to go to SummerSlam.
Yeah. If anything, this is how I feel. This is real. This is how the Joe Hendry and Danhausen should have went. Like, I feel like something like this where there was a huge brawl leading up to even, I mean, at the same Femi and Lesnar. I feel like a huge brawl is always just a great build up to a huge event of SummerSlam.
I guess you don't want to overdo that, though.
I guess so, but on the other hand, that Hendry and Danhausen concert needed to be interrupted.
Well,
next up, you had Raquel Rodriguez pick up the victory over Sol Ruca to become the new champion, and that matchup, this is Rodriguez's first singles championship on the main roster. Well earned and deserving.
She got busted the heck open in this match. And I think for me that kind of threw off the match a bit.
I gotta say, but so even though she busted the nose and it may have thrown it off, the recovery was great, especially because the most important person in the match did something I don't know if I've seen before or I don't remember. But Jessica Carr, while Rodriguez had a submission on Sol Ruca, Jessica Carr, and Rodriguez is like hitting a pose, Jessica Carr took a towel and wiped Rodriguez's nose and face so this way it wasn't bloodied up anymore. And I thought that was a great spot.
Well,
kudos,
Roxanne
even if
Perez,
it was intended as a spot.
Roxanne came out and Sol attacked her, but Liv got involved, and then Io ran out, and Raquel grabbed Io. Sol ends up taking her down. I thought, for me, the best spot in this match was the bullet train attack on the apron, and then it seemed like Io hurt her knee, so I really hope that's not the case. But I thought that was a great spot. And then Roxanne attacked Sol Ruca again. The referee didn't see it. Raquel hit the Tejana bomb. I think that was a very unfortunate championship reign for Sol Ruca. I don't think it did anything for Sol Ruca. I don't think they did anything with, like, she won it and then basically disappeared. That sucked.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't think that Raquel Rodriguez was going to win this match, and hopefully they do something with that reign.
Yeah, I agree with you. I want to see Rodriguez just in that powerhouse role, and I mean, she has been phenomenal. I mean, for anybody that wants to dispute Rodriguez, say that she's not a good wrestler, she doesn't belong there, she should go back to NXT. Turn on any of her fights of her versus Rhea Ripley. I think we even said one of their bouts was probably a match of the year candidate.
Are people saying that these days?
I see sometimes on Twitter. I think that Rodriguez is phenomenal. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Sol Ruca, because you had a lot of people up in arms about her being prone to error at times.
Closing Monday Night Raw. You had the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins face-to-face. Seth said Roman will never be better than Seth at pro wrestling. And Roman Reigns said that the whole industry needs him to beat Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. And then Seth spoke about Roman's family, and that came to blows. And Roman went outside of the ring when Seth Rollins was down to grab a chair to throw it back to that one scene where Seth Rollins turns on Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. He slides back in with the chair and boom, gets stomped on it. I thought that was a great timing, everything on that chair spot. I thought that was a good ending to Monday Night Raw for that, but I don't think this was a good go-home show at all for SummerSlam.
No, I will say that the second half was enjoyable.
But again, I felt like that segment wasn't necessary, though. I really didn't think that it didn't add anything to the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. For me, didn't add anything to that match.
I know. It's one of those things where I feel like you have the backstory built up for so long. What else can you potentially do that is going to be different? No
mention of other Shield member, by the way. There's no mention of Kurt Angle and Triple H.
Yeah, give some respect, especially to Kurt Angle. Come on now. He came out of retirement just to join the Shield.
Or, I mean, technically, maybe asterisk AJ Styles at one point as well. Kind of.
Yeah.
One night only. But yeah, so that's Monday Night Raw. Moving over to NXT, which was interrupted by Grayson Waller. And a little pipe bomb segment.
Return.
Yeah, he ran down his debut. Well,
it's been
probably
a long time since Austin
New
Theory
Day was released, so it's been
so long.
Bit. But he ran down his debut and said that the last 2 years have been an embarrassment. Without mentioning Austin Theory's name, he mentioned carrying Austin Theory, and he spoke about his time with New Day without mentioning New Day, and he said that the NXT Championship has been keeping him awake because it's the one championship that he felt like he should have won, and he listed former champions and said that he gets treated like an ad break comedy act. And he mentioned
that's not wrong either. I mean, when do you see Grayson Waller during
the
SummerSlams and the pay-per-views?
The last times that we've seen Grayson Waller, we haven't seen him. The international crowds have seen him.
Exactly.
Because he had he's been on those ad breaks with the New Day.
It's the commercial breaks. Yeah, it's the commercial breaks doing promos. But then, guess what? We always end up talking about it because he's like insulting a child in the crowd or something. Like, you want to watch to see what Grayson Waller's what is he gonna say about this child in the crowd who, the stuff that he's doing was incredible during those breaks.
He mentioned Cruz Montana and said that people won't care about him in a few weeks. He put down TNA, all the TNA superstars getting pissed off and firing off tweets to Grayson Waller.
Hey,
I don't know if that's actually that almost seems like they're planting seeds to do another invasion.
It's very.
I feel like
Survivor
that
Series
could
is
happen.
upcoming. You got Survivor Series on deck. I mean, would be cool.
It
would be cool to involve.
But he put down. It wouldn't be at Survivor Series, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But he put down Tony D'Angelo. He told Shawn Michaels, like they start chanting Shawn Michaels, and he's like, "Come out if you want me to get out of here. Send somebody out. Stop me." And he called all the men lazy. He put over the women, and he said the women are running laps around the men in NXT, which I think is actually true.
Mm-hmm.
And he said all the indie guys that they've hired can't cut a promo. And then they cut his mic feed. They cut the camera feed. WPIX puts on an alert, and I thought that was part of the show. I thought the cut was part of the... Not part of the show. I thought the cut was part of the news alert because they had like the thunderstorms in whatever counties. So when Grayson Waller was cut off, I was like, oh, I guess that something big is happening here on the news. Not the case.
Yeah.
And then Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne and Mason Rook were not happy with Grayson Waller. Nor should they.
Yeah. Well, first matchup of the evening, Lizzie Rain picked up the victory over Izzy Dame. Solid match.
Yeah, I like this. I think if they had more time, it would have been even better. But I thought this was a good match. I liked Izzy Dame catching Lizzie Rain off the springboard with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Nico Vance got involved, which I don't know how that wasn't a DQ because he literally puts his hands on Lizzie Rain. Granted, she went to go slap him and he grabbed her wrist to stop it, but still, I don't understand how that wasn't a DQ. But Sean Spears showed up from behind and he swung on Nico Vance, but Nico ducked it and he cowered back. And Izzy Dame was distracted by that, and Rain hit Thunderstruck, got the victory off of that. So we're seeing that continue there between the culling. And we got a good match out of that.
Yeah, I agree. Next up, you had Miles Bourne pick up the victory over Cam Hendricks to retain. Miles Bourne is incredible.
I saw people saying he's just not connecting with them, though.
Really?
And I guess, he has kind of been just floating for a while now.
True.
Him and Tavion Heights. And I thought this was a good match as well. But Mason Rook? What is his name? Now I can't remember it. Mason Rook came out, and Tavion Heights ends up stopping him because he went to go attack Cam Hendricks. Heights stopped him from getting involved because he wanted a tag title shot next week. If Miles Bourne beat Cam Hendricks, he would have gotten a title shot, I think, against Vanity Project. So after that match took place, he had Rook attack Cam Hendricks. The Vanity Project attacked No Quarter Catch Crew, and they fought them off. So we're going to see No Quarter Catch Crew at that tag team title match next week. I don't think they're winning at all. And I feel like we're going to see Tavion Heights turn on Miles Bourne. Hope that's not the case. I don't think they need to have any other matches. So,
yeah.
Hope that's not the case.
Well, next up, you had Birthright pick up the victory over OTM.
Quite interesting.
Good
Perros
match.
Del Mal showed up beforehand, specifically Los Garza. And they didn't seem too pleased that Lucian Price is there, taking away from Bronco Nima, basically. I thought OTM was on fire in this match. And that backstage segment had me thinking that they'd be breaking OTM up on NXT this week. But Los Garza showed up, and it didn't affect the match. It was Ariana Grace who caused the distraction for Birthright to actually get that victory. Price was the one who lost, and Bronco Nima is there just looking torn between OTM and Perros Del Mal. We already heard that there had to be an ultimatum because there's 2 shows on one day. I don't think that needs to be the case. So it seems likely that we're going to see him pick Perros Del Mal over OTM, but
why not just take all of OTM into there?
What
happens after
it's a Mexican group, so although I don't know if Carmen Petrovich is Mexican at all, but it might be the case. I'm not sure. But after that, we saw Shiloh Hill pick up the victory over Tristan Angels. Angels tried to stomp Shiloh on the steps, which he missed. In return, Shiloh Hill powerbombed him onto the commentary table. Angels tried to cheat using the ropes. The referee saw. And Shiloh Hill ends up hitting that tossing neck breaker from the middle rope to get the victory.
I think that both of these guys have a lot of potential. And Shiloh Hill, he's continued to evolve.
And then to close out NXT, you had Cruz Montana. We found out this week that Mike Santana's new name would be Cruz Montana. And he spoke about growing up and how he thought his pro wrestling dreams would die. And he spoke about how people, they basically said that he reached his ceiling as a tag team competitor. So he went and rebuilt his career. He won the TNA championship. Now he is a WWE superstar. And nothing was given to him. And he wants the NXT championship. He said that whatever he'd need to say to Grayson Waller's face, he could say it to his face. So he called Grayson Waller out. Tony D'Angelo came out and said that he's not taking the title from him. And then when you think the show's over, Grayson Waller shows up and attacked both of them. And Cruz hits spin the block, meaning to hit Grayson Waller. He hits Tony D'Angelo. Absolutely hated that Tony D'Angelo got right up from that.
Yeah, stay down. Sell. Me and you always bash AEW for this, especially after taking a 450 splash, getting right up, or you get right into the ring and then you lay on your back to get hit with a 450. Sell.
Which, by the way, that I will say that's very ironic that they had that spot with Moxley this week, because they had such a perfect spot that just lined up perfectly with Roman Reigns with that curb stomp onto the chair. Mox just went. It seemed like Mox went too soon for that, but yeah, I didn't understand that getting up from the spin the block right away. That sucked.
Yeah, sell. Jeez.
So that is NXT. Moving over to SmackDown. It kicked off with Finn Balor, who spoke about SummerSlam 2016, and he said it was his best and worst night of his career. He also said that he spent the last 10 years trying to get back to that glory that he had that night. And Sami Zayn came out, said that he shouldn't even be in this match at SummerSlam. It should just be him in that main event with Cody Rhodes, with CM Punk for the WWE Championship. And he also said that he would love to see Cody win the WWE Championship at SummerSlam again, because he already beat Cody for the title. He knows he could do it again. And then he said he'd also like to see CM Punk retain, because CM Punk's a fraud, and it would be great to take the title back from the person who stole it from him. Balor told Sami Zayn to come say whatever he needs to his face. Sami said that Finn Balor should have been champion probably a few times by now. But this moment belongs to Sami Zayn, and it seemed like it was going to end quite civilly. Then Gunther attacked both of them. And Gunther said that he's the rightful number one contender. He asked Adam Pearce if he needs to beat him up too to get that actual number one contender spot. And then Finn Balor attacked Gunther. Sami pulled Finn Balor off and attacked Gunther. Those two then end up brawling. Gunther takes both of them down. And then Nick Aldis comes out, brawls with Gunther, locks him in that cloverleaf. And then later on they showed footage of Nick Aldis talking about his career and wrestling in TNA, wrestling in NWA, AAA, and I'm glad that they did that in case you have no idea that Nick Aldis was a pro wrestler before that. So I thought good on them. We saw the baddies pick up the victory over Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green. They had matching gear. It was very interesting to see that backstage, even with Tiffany Stratton trying on Chelsea's hat. But Jade Cargill got involved, and it left Chelsea Green on her own to get pinned. I feel like they could have done a lot more in this match. But Charlotte came out afterwards. Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green attacked the baddies and brawled off with them. That left Charlotte and Jade to fight at it. We had a backstage segment with Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga, and they spoke about leaving Solo Sikoa. And then you hear this cane sounding noise. It was not a sounding noise. It was a cane that was being tapped on the ground. And Haku showed up and dubbed them the Sons of Haku, told them, go show what it means to be Tongan. And then we saw the Judgment Day versus the War Raiders end in a no contest. Both sets of championships were on the line. The SmackDown Tag Team titles, the AAA Tag Team titles. The War Raiders end up pushing the referee down. Damian Priest ends up pushing Charles Robinson down. They continue brawling. And that eventually brought out the Sons of Haku, and they took both teams out. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do with them and Haku. Especially since Haku could have easily just been in that one pre-tape segment. He was out there with them at the end. So if we get more Haku every single week on TV, that'd be cool. We saw Trick Williams come out, and he spoke about Baron Corbin attacking him and Carmelo Hayes, and then he called Baron Corbin out. And Corbin ran down reasons why he's beating Trick Williams at SummerSlam. And Trick challenged him to get in the ring. Baron Corbin was like, no, I've learned patience. And he left. So I thought that was a good segment. We saw Rey Fenix pick up the victory over JD McDonough to retain the AAA Cruiserweight Championship. The Judgment Day were at SmackDown looking for Danhausen. They ran into Fraxium and Phoenix, and that sets up a match there. Dom, of course, got involved here, and I thought without that involvement, it was a fun match. The stuff that they did in this match was very impressive. But because of what Dominik did, he got involved. Danhausen showed up, and he went to go curse Dom. Dom ends up attacking him, and then the Mini-Hausens attack Dominik Mysterio, and Danhausen and Dom brawl to the back. And that led for Phoenix to get that Mexican muscle buster, get the victory there. After that, we saw Lash Legend pick up the victory over Julia to advance to that SummerSlam ladder match. The crowd was just beyond dead for this match, but I thought for what this match was and for what they did in this match, I thought they were pretty good. I just wish this match was so much longer. Disregard what we say in a moment about that match. I really wish Julia made it into it. It really sucks that she's not going to be in that match. And then to close out SmackDown, you had Cody Rhodes come out, immediately cut off by CM Punk. They both yelled. Both of them looked like they were going to a track meet. CM Punk said that he has to know who the better wrestler is between the two of them. And they spoke about friendship. CM Punk spoke about SummerSlam, and Cody's like, well, what are you going to do about it tonight? They both took their jackets off, and they brawled. To me, this was goofy. This was very high school. This was just not it for me, but that is SmackDown. Going to do predictions for SummerSlam taking place at the U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. 2 big nights. We have a bunch of matches to go over. Prediction-wise, we can start with the Bella Twins and Paige taking on Fatal Influence. I think Fatal Influence needs to win this match. Despite the fact that Nikki Bella is back from injury, Fatal Influence absolutely needs to win this match.
I agree 100%. Fatal Influence needs that victory. They need to.
Another six-person tag match, six-man tag. We got LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys versus the Bloodline, Jimmy and Jay, as well as Jacob Fatu. I have to think that Royce Keys, Solo Sikoa, and LA Knight win that match.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Royce Keys, Solo, and LA Knight are going to pick up the victory. Next up, you have Gunther taking on Nick Aldis, coming out of, not retirement, but coming back to wrestle. Nick Aldis. I'm going to go with Gunther.
I think Gunther as well. Did you see that great interview with Nick Aldis on Chris Van Vliet?
No, but I know that he got very emotional about it.
Yeah. This is my last shot or something like that.
Yeah, which is unfortunate to hear because he is so great. He's just a great wrestler. But let's go over to Undisputed WWE Championship. CM Punk defending against Cody Rhodes. I'm going to go with CM Punk.
I'm saying CM Punk as well. I'm surprised you didn't go. You're about to pick Cody?
I'm trying to think about who I actually... Yeah, I'm going to keep to CM Punk.
I thought you would have for sure gone to the Hell in a Cell next.
Yeah,
Femi versus Brock Lesnar. I think this has to be it for Brock.
I mean, I want to say Femi, but we're also in Minnesota, so I'm going to go Femi.
Yeah, I'm saying Femi, and that's it for Brock.
Okay, so you think this is his retirement match?
Yeah, why not? That's what we thought from the start from this year. This is the third in the series. Why not? That's it. Goodbye. You've done enough.
Well, that's true. All right, retire him.
Women's Championship on the line. Liv Morgan defending the title. Did you see the Sports Center gimmick? The graphic that said no title defenses in 100 days or something like that?
No, that's hilarious.
Versus Io Sky, the winner of the Queen of the Ring. I am saying Io Sky.
I agree with you. I'm going Io Sky. She is so over right now. I'm going Io Sky. And let's also not forget, Liv Morgan, still cursed. Let's head on over to night 2 of SummerSlam. Let's go over to the number 1 contender for the undisputed WWE Championship. Sami Zayn taking on Finn Balor. I feel like it's going to be Sami Zayn, but I want it to be Finn Balor.
I'm going to say Finn Balor.
I'm going to go Sami Zayn.
Human Money's on a pole match. Danhausen versus Dominik Mysterio. I think it's going to be Danhausen. I don't know if we'll get some sort of Minnesota Viking involvement or what.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Danhausen for this one.
It just makes sense to me. U.S. Championship on the line. At this time, SmackDown didn't happen yet, so they could always have added Carmelo Hayes into this, but Trick Williams is facing Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, by the way, somebody pointed out, has had a different gimmick in every single SummerSlam match that he's competed in, which is crazy.
That's impressive.
Like 5 or 6 different gimmicks, which is absolutely nuts.
Wow.
But I'm going to pick Trick Williams.
I'm going to go with Trick as well. WWE Intercontinental Championship on the line. Penta defending against Chad Gable. I'm going to go with Chad Gable.
My fingers are crossed. Chad Gable.
Yeah, especially Chad Gable is a Minnesota guy too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. 5-way ladder match.
It's not. It's a 6-way, I believe. Oh, is it just 5?
No, they have 5.
No,
they have 6. They have
5.
6.
No, it's 5.
No, 1, 2, 3.
It's 5.
4, 5, 6. Oh, Julia or Lash Legend. Okay, 5. In term WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green versus Charlotte Flair versus either Julia or Lash Legend. I'm going to go with Chelsea Green.
And there's been theories where people are like, well, obviously Julia and Lash Legend will get taken out by Nia Jax, who's been pissed off, who got screwed out of being in this match in the first place. got screwed out of being in this match in the second place.
I can't see Nia Jax taking out Lash Legend, though.
But they think that she will, and then AJ Lee steps into this. So there's that. Obviously, if it didn't happen on SmackDown, then it didn't happen. But I don't know. This is a very difficult one to pick. And I almost feel like Tiffany Stratton is, well, she's a hometown person too. I feel like she's not going to win this. I'm going to say Chelsea Green too, just as like hopes, but I don't know. It's a hard one to pick. But I'm going to say Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea.
World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns.
So that is our predictions for SummerSlam. Gonna take a quick little break, and I'll be right back here on Markin Out.
What's up, everybody? This is Dolph Ziggler, and you are listening to Markin Out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Markin Out episode 808. Moving back to AAA Verano de Escandalo, part 1. It opened with Rey Mysterio, and he said he had to deliver good news. And before he could do that, El Ojo interrupted. And Dorian Roldan said Rey Mysterio, he gave him a week to think about his offer and demanded the championship back for Omos. And he also threatened Rey Mysterio with Omos, and Rey said no. And Dorian Roldan said that he'll face consequences. And then later on, Rey Mysterio shared that Penta will be competing pretty soon. He mentioned Laredo Kid wrestling at Madison Square Garden. He mentioned the Mattel announcement. We had La Hiedra and Laredo Kid pick up the victory over Mystery Iguana and Lola Vice to become the new mixed tag team champions. This was La Hiedra's last shot at the titles. So it had me worried that Lola Vice and Mystery Iguana would lose this match. I didn't want to see them lose that match. There was a spot where Laredo Kid hit that 450. And the referee counted one of the weirdest, slowest counts I've ever seen. And Mr. Iguana kicked out at the very last second. And then later on, Laredo Kid broke up a pin from Lola Vice. Vice took him out, and La Hiedra ends up dropping Lola Vice to get the victory there. So kudos to Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice for that championship reign that they had. I very, very much so enjoyed that reign. Earlier, El Grande Americano made sure that Dominik Mysterio was going to have his back, and he questioned if he was with Perros Del Mal. And then Damien 666 showed up, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then we go to the main event. Perros Del Mal picked up the victory over El Grande Americano and Dominik Mysterio. It was Daga and Angel working the match. I liked when Angel shook the ropes when Americano was on the top. I feel like we don't really see that anymore, like an outside tag team competitor shaking the ropes. But they did a good job at cheating in this match. The referee was checking on Daga for some reason, and Americano sent Angel into the referee. Dom hit the 619, and then he tried to get Americano to load up his mask. But Bronco Nima and Humberto showed up. They attacked Dominik Mysterio, and then Los Americanos showed up to fight with them. Bravo dove off the lighting rig. He really milked that. He took his sweet time getting ready to jump off there. But they had a lot of near falls in this match. Carmen Petrovic showed up. Didn't do anything, which I thought was weird. But El Grande Americano at one point went to go tag Dominik Mysterio. He pulled his hand. And he left El Grande Americano to lose. And they had going into Triple Mania with Dominik Mysterio, they're cheering Dom in that scenario there. They had to get the fans to boo him again. And after the match, El Ojo came out and Dom aligned with Dorian Roldan and Omos. So we have a new, even though Vikingo is part of El Ojo, he's out. We have a new version of El Ojo. So I think that's an interesting thing to look out for, especially going into that match at Triple Mania. And I have to again assume. I mean, how could you not assume that Triple Mania we're going to see Chad Gable help El Grande Americano win that championship? You have to assume that. We saw, moving to Impact Wrestling, we saw Ricky Sosa and Leon Slater pick up the victory over the System. The System did a good job at holding the ring here. But Leon Slater reversed a lumbar check. Ricky Sosa hit the headshot on him. And then he hit one on Eddie Edwards, knocking him off the apron. And it allowed for Leon Slater to hit that Swanton 450. They get the victory there. Leon Slater challenged Cedric for the X Division Championship in a cage match at Lockdown. I'll put a pin in that. We saw Indy Hartwell pick up the victory over Thea Hale to advance in the tournament. I think this had some really good reversals from both of them. I liked Thea Hale working on Indy's arm throughout the match. Indy powered through. And commentary, I think, did a good job at saying stuff about Indy Hartwell as to why she's not giving up. They mentioned how it was her childhood dream to be a Knockouts champion. And she's not going to let an injury like that stop her. Indy's hurt arm did come into play here, but she eventually was able to hit Hurt's Donut, get the victory there, and move on in that tournament. You had Casey Navarro come out after that. He spoke about losing to Nick Nemeth last week and said in the moment he felt like he didn't belong in TNA. But he thought about his journey to TNA. He never quit. And he knows now that he belongs. And then the System came out. Brian Myers made fun of him. Cedric Alexander said that Leon Slater's not getting a title shot. Eddie said Slater and Sosa aren't worthy of title shots. And then Casey Navarro made fun of the System. They jumped him. And then Fabian Eichner, Leon Slater, and Ricky Sosa made the save. Backstage, Xia Brookside was interviewed. And Wendy Chu interrupted. Called her a coward. Santino showed up, set a match up for next week for the championship. Elena Black said that she hopes Wendy Chu wins. Part of me feels like Wendy Chu is going to get attacked by Elena Black during that match. She's being too nice to me. You had the Elegance brand pick up the victory over Allie via disqualification, so Allie retained the tag team championships. Throughout the night, Allie could not find Rosemary at all, so you have to assume that the Elegance brand had something to do with that, but she went into this match all alone, and at one point, the Elegance brand had control. Allie, she's fighting back. The personal concierge got into a tug of war with one of the championships. She ends up gouging his eyes. He just got his vision back, which I thought was funny. And then Mr. Elegance got involved, and he got clocked with the title. Allie then ends up hitting Heather with the championship. She hit M with the championship. Kind of went psycho there, I guess. Where Rosemary is, who knows? We'll have to see. After that, the Hardys came out. Matt had a matter of fact, it was called. I thought that was pretty cool. Jeff Hardy had one of his old theme songs. And he came out with that championship as well, the Immortal Championship. But Matt said that the Hardys are the greatest tag team in the history of pro wrestling. Part of me expected some like big legendary tag team to come out or something like that. It was Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth. And Nick said that he's better than both the Hardys. Ryan challenged them for the championships at Lockdown. Matt accepted. And then Santino came out, made it official, but also set up Nick Nemeth versus Jeff Hardy for the championship, as well as Matt Hardy versus Ryan Nemeth. I thought Jeff versus Nick was about to be this week's episode because of the whole the big thing that they did with LeBron James. But they set up that. Amy Garcia was ringside. She ends up throwing water at Ryan Nemeth and then slapping him as well. And then danced with the Hardy Boys. I thought that was pretty funny. After that, Jada Stone picked up the victory over Jody Threat to advance. Threat showed off her strengths in this. Stone showed off her quickness. She hit the split-legged moonsault. Jody Threat kicked out of that. But Jada Stone, I kind of feel like she won out of nowhere almost with that quick roll-up after a reversal. So she moves on in that tournament. The main event Was not expecting this at all. Jason Hotch picked up the victory over Mustafa Ali to become the new international champion. Hotch got this match by getting voted into it by the locker room. And Mustafa Ali didn't want him to take the match, and Hotch was like, no, I'm going to take the match. And I think Hotch was great here. That superplex to the outside through the table I thought was absolutely crazy. That was nuts. And at one point, Mustafa Ali pulled the referee into a splash in the corner. He low-blowed Jason Hotch. I thought that was about to be it. And Mustafa Ali ends up taking a belt from Hotch, beats him with it. John Skyler took the belt away. Mustafa Ali shoved him down. And he got back up. Hotch accidentally knocks him off the apron. And then Mustafa Ali goes to pin Jason Hotch. He gets his feet on the ropes. Tasha Steelz breaks that up. And then she and Mila Moore get into a fight. That spills backstage. Mustafa Ali hits the 450. Jason Hotch turns that pin into a pin. And for a second there, I thought that was about to be it. Mustafa Ali, the match continues, ends up crotching him off the top rope. He recovers. He hits the double stomp. He hits a giant splash to Mustafa Ali. Gets the victory there. Completely unexpected. So Order 4 is in complete disarray. And Mustafa Ali is probably going to be super pissed off there. I don't know if we're going to see a new version of Order 4 coming out of that. With Mustafa Ali, Mila Moore, and maybe 2 or 3 others. I don't know. So we'll have to see right there. But that is Impact Wrestling. Hey, or TNA Impact. Hey, Brandon. Got any shout-outs?
Damn it, Bobby. How many times do I have to tell you to listen to Brandon's shout-outs?
72 Hours gets the first shout-out. Did you see the trailer on Netflix at all?
No.
Kevin Hart's new film on Netflix where he ends up crashing a bachelor weekend after being accidentally added to a text chain. Where it's like he's super old and they're younger.
That's funny.
The reviews weren't great, but I think it's like a Hangover-esque sort of movie mixed with crime. I think it's a fine movie to pass the time. Marcelo Hernandez, Cam Patterson, and Ben Marshall, all from Saturday Night Live, are in it. Mason Gooding, Tiana Taylor also star in the film. Cat Williams and Mike Epps appear in it. It's a lot of toilet humor. So if you like those
so that's
sort
where
of...
I get lost.
I thought it was a fine movie. My next shout out goes to King of the Hill, which is back for another new season on Hulu. It returned last year after 15 years, and I really liked that season, and I really enjoyed this new season. I liked how this season ends, so I'm looking forward to seeing the next one. And I wish that they had more episodes. Right now it's just 10 episodes, and I assume they're going to stick to that, but I feel like even 15 would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been very happy watching more episodes from that season. So go check that out on Hulu if you've not. My final shout out, just released on Hulu, The Devil Wears Prada 2, came out in April in the theaters, but it's out on Hulu, Disney Plus. Follows up the first film after 20 years, and I think it's a solid sequel. You have Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci all reprise their roles from the original. I think the new cast could have been used better or differently. Like, I think Lucy Liu and Justin Theroux were fine, but BJ Novak and Patrick Brummel's characters felt forced.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's too bad Adrienne Grenier wasn't in it. I understand that there was 20 years in between, so it's like, would she be still like running into her ex-boyfriend or whatever to where he would even be in it? But I feel like that end of the movie could have used more work. But there were some big cameos in this. Karl Anthony Towns was in it. I think the twists were pretty good. I'm glad I didn't see this in theaters. I wanted to see it in theaters. I don't think it was strong enough for me to have gone to see it in theaters. But I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film, so check it out on Hulu, Disney+. Those are my shout-outs. Now it's time for our...
Mark Out Moment of the Week.
That is right, our Mark Out Moment of the Week. What do you got?
Nothing that comes to my mind.
Should we mention the Hex Express? That's not officially titled that. The Danhausen Ice Cream Treat Mobile, which isn't an ice cream, it's an ice pop.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Which AEW had they also had ice pops at San Diego Comic-Con, and I saw I absolutely hate. It seems like they're paying these like fake influencers who don't watch pro wrestling to go off and talk about these things. WWE has one. There's like an ad that constantly runs on ESPN or from ESPN, and it's like, this dude doesn't watch wrestling. There's no way this dude watches wrestling. And I saw one for those ice pops at San Diego Comic-Con. It's like, bro, there's no way this dude watches wrestling. And all the comments were like, there's no way.
The one I saw, the one I saw, the guy got the ice pop and was just like, I don't even know who that was.
Oh yeah, we saw the same guy. We saw the same guy, and all the comments were like, this is definitely a paid thing. And the guy was like, I wish, bro.
Yeah,
come on.
like,
get out of here. I'm just somebody going to San Diego Comic-Con getting an ice pop. No.
Like, WWE and AEW have to stop. Like, if you're going to bring in an influencer, make sure that they know the content and also that they, like, respect the content. Unlike that guy that showed off Penta. Like, you know?
But that guy has nothing to do with WWE, and that wasn't a WWE scenario. That has nothing.
I mean, they allowed him to still record at WWE.
Yeah, but again, that where he was not WWE. It was Fanatics Fest.
I don't know. I wouldn't have allowed him to continue to record at the live event after that. Why not? But overall, if you're going to have influencers, make sure that they know, like, interview them. Just because they have numbers doesn't mean that they know the product. And if they don't know the product, it's not going to be worth your while. It's going to be a joke. Yeah,
AEW just had the two influencers a few weeks ago that literally said, "Oh, I'm going to the next show," and then they haven't been heard from since in the wrestling world.
Yeah, I mean, we said the same thing when they had the fighting at Comic-Con. Where AEW, where people that don't know AEW doesn't know pro wrestling.
If you were in that panel room, you would have been there because of pro wrestling. That looked garbage. That was awful. That was an awful spot. That was not something they should have done. I get that it's like the big, like, oh, we're at San Diego Comic-Con hosting a panel. We're getting storyline over there. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen. Not worse than Mick Foley barking at women, but that's.
Oh yeah, come on, jeez,
that was truly awful.
Like, his kid's got to be like, hey, and his wife, come on,
and
stop.
then he put out that post like, oh, I misheard, brother. Come on.
Yeah, okay, come on, Mick, please have some respect on your name.
Bow wow, rough bow wow.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And then you go into the segment with the against the dogs or whatever. You can't bark there. Like, come on.
Exactly. Come on now.
I will say, San Diego Comic-Con related, Ryan Reynolds dressed up in a Jean Grey Deadpool outfit.
Oh, yeah.
And in that video appeared Sergeant Slaughter.
Yes, that was a big markout. And Sergeant Slaughter even got a Ryan Reynolds mention.
Yeah.
You know, that's huge. So, I mean, also, did you see the color of his outfit?
I just said it. I literally just said it.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure if you just said the Jean Grey outfit. But did you see the Spaceball stuff, too?
I did. Big standing ovation for Rick Moranis.
Yeah, I marked out for that. Rick Moranis getting a standing ovation. You can see how much it meant to him to get that standing ovation. And the guy, I mean, unfortunately, his entire everything he's been through is just very unfortunate, where his wife passed away from a bout with cancer, and then he stepped away from acting to...
He did come back for
and,
Brother Bear, though.
Yeah, but he stepped away to really focus on being a father for his children, and now he's back. And I loved how he said, like, how he didn't actually retire from acting. He was just negotiating with Mel Brooks.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, Mel Brooks got me on the phone. We started talking about this in like 1997 or something, or whenever, 1987, and Mel was talking to me, and I was just negotiating with Mel Brooks, and it took this long.
Also, marked out big time seeing, I don't know, it was a North Carolinian wrestle con sort of event, seeing photos of the Hardys with Michael Hayes again together.
I didn't see that.
Out. And then Jimmy Jam Garvin joining in too, so I thought that was cool. But that's it for the Mark Out moments of the week. That is episode 808. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can follow us on Twitter at Markin Out, at BTTG161 on all platforms. Chris Sweendog, CM Sweeney85, David PTDPT on all platforms. Facebook.com/Markin Out. YouTube and Instagram are Markin Out 11. ProWrestlingTees.com/Markin Out. We're also now part of the affiliate program for Fanatics, so look out for links on our social media. And if you buy through that, we get a profit from that, so we very much so appreciate that. You could follow us at Markin Out on TikTok, rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and MarkinOut.com. And we wish you the best
of luck
in your future endeavors. Have a fantastic week.